First Shemuel chapter 4. And the word of Shemuel came to all Yisrael. Now Yisrael went out against the Philistine to battle, and encamped beside Ebenezer, and the Philistine encamped in Aphek. And the Philistine put themselves in array against Yisrael, and when they joined battle, Yisrael was smitten before the Philistine. And they slew of the army in the field about 4,000 men. And when the people were come into the camp, the elders of Yisrael said, For what reason hath Yahweh smitten us today before the Philistine? Let us fetch the ark of the covenant of Yahweh out of Shiloh to us, that it may come among us, and save us out of the hand of our enemies. So the people sent to Shiloh, and they brought from thence the ark of the covenant of Yahweh of hosts, who sitteth above the cherubim. And the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there, with the ark of the covenant of God. And when the ark of the covenant of Yahweh came into the camp, all Yisrael roared with a great rumbling roar, so that the earth rang again. And when the Philistine heard the noise of the rumbling roar, they said, What meaneth the noise of this great rumbling roar in the camp of the Ephraim? And they understood that the ark of Yahweh was come into the camp. And the Philistine were afraid, for they said, God is come into the camp. And they said, Woe to us, for there hath not been such a thing heretofore. Woe to us! Who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty gods? These are the gods that smote the Mithraim with all manner of plagues in the wilderness. Be strong, and be ye for the roll of men, O ye Philistine, that ye be not servants to the Ephraim, as they have been to you, and ye shall be for the roll of men, and fight. And the Philistine fought, and Yisrael was smitten, and they fled every man to his tent. And there was a very great slaughter, for there fell of Yisrael 30,000 footmen. And the ark of God was taken, and the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were slain. And there ran a man of Benjamin out of the army, and came to Shiloh the same day, with his clothes rent, and with earth upon his head. And when he came, lo, Eli was sitting upon his seat by the wayside watching, for his heart trembled for the ark of God. And when the man came into the city and told it, all the city cried out. And when Eli heard the noise of the crying, he said, What meaneth the noise of this tumult? And the man hasted and came and told Eli. Now Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were set, so that he could not see. And the man said to Eli, I am he that came out of the army, and I fled today out of the army. And he said, How went the matter, my son? And he that brought the tidings answered and said, Yisrael is fled before the Philistine, and there hath been also a great slaughter among the people, and thy two sons also, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God is taken. And it was, when he made mention of the ark of God, that Eli fell from off his seat backward by the side of the gate, and his neck broke, and he died, for he was an old man and heavy, and he had judged Yisrael 40 years. And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas's woman, was with child, near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings that the ark of God was taken, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and brought forth, for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, the women that stood by her said to her, Fear not, for thou hast brought forth a son. But she answered not, neither did she set her heart to it. And she named the child Ichabod, saying, The glory is departed from Yisrael, because the ark of God was taken, and because of her father-in-law and her husband. And she said, The glory is departed from Yisrael, for the ark of God is taken.